Episode 42. What does yoga have to do with the Patriots? Yes, I actually said yoga. Stay tuned.
Welcome to The Sports Perspective, an American football fancast about the New England Patriots and also news from around the league. Here is your host, Roy.
Hello, everybody. It is August 7th, 2018. This is episode 42. 2 days away from the Patriots' first preseason game of 2018. Are you all getting excited? Because I am. I cannot wait. Football season is here. Yeah, it's the preseason, but it's football. So get ready. First off, I hope you all are watching the game. Going to see a lot of young players Thursday. So check it out. Watch some football. And also, I hope everyone's staying cool with all this heat. It is hot outside. We're in the middle of our second day here in Massachusetts of our potential heat wave tomorrow. But enough of the chit chat. We're going to get right to business. A lot of stuff going on with the Patriots. We got some yoga talk. Yeah, I said yoga talk, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I want to jump on this. Yesterday, Mitchel, he got released by the Patriots. Say it isn't so. I love this kid. I was so pulling for Mitchel. I guess the Patriots tried to trade him, but couldn't find anybody that was willing to make a trade. He's a former fourth-round draft pick. The dude just couldn't get healthy. He came into the league with bad knees. He slid to the Patriots to the fourth round because of the bad knees. I believe people were saying that he could have been a first-round draft pick, but because of his knees issue, people were kind of like, I don't know. And I guess it turned around to bite the Patriots in the ass, apparently. So, Malcolm, it was good to have you here. He helped us win the Super Bowl against Atlanta. It's a shame. I like Malcolm Mitchel. Hopefully, something will happen and they can bring him back. You know, sometimes what happens is your team will release players because, look, we have no Edelman for 4 games, so we got to have people that can play now. So maybe that's what the Patriots and Belichick were thinking. Let's get some guys going that can actually help us right now. Maybe down the line, if Mitchell's still available, he gets healthy, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they can bring him back. You know, who knows? Time will tell. It's just a shame, though. I expected him to have a big impact in the first 4 games. I was looking forward to seeing him play, to seeing him maybe break out. Wouldn't that have been nice? But anyway, I guess the wide receiver situation just got a little more interesting with the Patriots. So we'll see what happens from there. And still on the injury front, bad news. Sony Michel, oh boy, he has undergone a procedure. And I guess he had some fluid in his knee. And he had the fluid drained. And one of the reports is stating that he could be sidelined for at least 10 days. Supposedly, he shouldn't miss any significant action. Well, time will tell. But 10 days, that's a lot for a rookie to miss. You know, they get the reps. They get the continuity with the players. They get the learn the system, you know. And he's going to miss 10 days of that. Man, that's crazy. But on the bright side, I guess he was having some knee issues. And this cleanup, I guess you'd call it, the Patriots are saying it's a positive thing because the issues he was having, this should fix whatever the problem was. So if there's a bright spot, I guess that's it. So we'll see what happens with that. And that all happened last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I guess that he walked off the field with the head trainer, and he hasn't been seen since. So he got that fixed. So hopefully There's no other problems. So it's better to get this done now and then be ready for the season. Because I'm still expecting big, big things for him. Big things. And our good friend Jordan Matthews. The Jordan Matthews experiment is over. I guess he suffered a really bad hamstring injury, and he got released. So I'm sure there's an injury settlement in there somewhere. Man, it just sucks. You come to a new team, you're expecting big things from yourself, and the team expecting some pretty big things, and you get hurt. Football is an unforgiving sport. It really is. Very unforgiving. But with Matthews' bad fortune, just became Eric Decker's good fortune. I'm sure you all heard by now. The 31-year-old Eric Decker has just signed a one-year deal with the Patriots. Like Matthews, he is a big receiver. He's like 6'3", about 215 or so, and he's pretty good. I'm not a huge Eric Decker guy, but he's a football player, you know. Let's look at some stats for him from last year. He caught 54 passes for 563 yards and 1 touchdown, and that was with Tennessee last year. So, he's with a better quarterback now and a better system. So, let's see what happens here. And he's going to be wearing number 81 because 87 was his number, but that number's kind of taken here in New England just for a little while, so I don't think he'll be getting that number. And Eric Decker also has a history with Josh McDaniels from their time in Denver, so maybe McDaniels can get Decker back on track. If that can happen, this kid could be a player, especially down by the goal line. They could use another player or two that can jump for the ball. You know, being a big guy, he can create room like Gronkowski. So, well, he should be able to anyway. So we'll see. We will see how that works out. Again, I'm not a big Decker fan here, but I'm going to give him a chance and see how this plays out. He played okay with the Jets a couple of years ago. Well, we'll see. Time will tell. And then we got, you ever hear the guy named Derek Rivers? Defensive end. Yeah, you're thinking, who? Who the hell is that? Well, he's a young player that he missed all of last season. He tore his ACL, and he actually was the Patriots' top pick in the draft last year at number 83. And going to the draft, this kid was a potential top end of the draft kind of player, but then he ended up dropping. But people say he was a good pass rusher in college, and he came in with a lot of potential, then tore his knee up. Well, he's back. He's back with a lot of promise, and it looks like he's healing pretty well because reports are that he's looking very explosive coming off the edge. When was the last time you heard that from a player from the Patriots? Not in a few years. Not in a few years. But that being said, you have to look at who he was going against. He was going against Adrian Waddle and Matt Tobin. Not exactly fearsome offensive tackles there, but I like Matt Tobin. He could be a pretty good player, but still, we'll see. Time will tell. We'll have to check and see what's going on with him over the course. I'm actually looking forward to seeing him play Thursday night. Hopefully he plays a lot. I really want to see what he can do. And it's early in camp, so yeah. Right now he's the number 4 on the depth chart. So, but you know, you play in the preseason games. You work your ass off in practice. You never know. You know, he's sitting behind some decent players. Trey Flowers, Adrian Claiborne, who should have a good year for the Patriots, and Dietrich Wise Jr. He had a pretty decent year last year, like 5 sacks, I believe. So, we'll see. You know, could this be a year where the Patriots have a rotation of good pass rushes? Is that possible? Could they actually achieve something? We'll see. It could be a very decent defense this year. You know, hopefully, you know, if it is, they can last through to the Super Bowl and actually win it, maybe? I don't know. And your friend Tom Brady, he turns 41, or has turned 41 by now. Is the man ever going to look old? I thought at times last year he started looking old. I'm like talking to my buddy during the games. I'm like, yep, he's looking 40. He's short hopping people. He's not looking good in the pocket, blah, blah, blah. But then he rebounded. He had a really great year, obviously. But could this be the year? Or next year? 41 years old is pretty up there. It's pretty old for a football player. And if the Patriots make the playoffs this year, and they win their usual 11, 12 games, he will be the first quarterback over 40 to do something like that. The first. So, happy birthday, TB12. Hopefully you get a couple of years left in you. Because, dude, the end's closer than when you think or we all think. So, let's enjoy it while we can, my friends. Let's enjoy it while we can. And good old Devin McCourty. Apparently, he had a pretty decent part in his brother coming to the Patriots. Hopefully for his sake, it doesn't explode in the Patriots' faces. I guess the Browns called Jason to tell him that they were going to release him. Well, Jason informed his family, and he sent a text to his brother Devin. So Devin texted Brian Flores, the new Patriots defensive coordinator. And then Flores sent the text to Bill. So Bill Belichick was already talking to the Browns. And then Devin actually did a FaceTime with his brother in video chat. And if you didn't know, video chats when you're, video and you're talking to people, blah, blah, blah. People who don't use that sort of stuff. And when the deal went through, he actually told his brother that he was coming to New England, and Jason thought it was all a ridiculous joke because last he heard, he was getting released. As it turned out, it wasn't, and now Jason is in New England fighting for a starting quarterback job. Pretty cool little story. Well, cool story if it works out anyway. But I really hope he gets a long look at cornerback. He's a pretty decent cornerback. He was very good when he was younger. And seeing our options of Eric Rowe, I'm not an Eric Rowe guy. I could be wrong. Maybe Eric Rowe will tear it up and have 5 interceptions and be an all-pro. And yeah, it's not going to happen. I would put Jason McCourty in there and see what happens. But Bill only talks to me once in a while, so I won't talk to him till later this month. Yeah, we all know that's not true. Yeah, Bill doesn't talk to me. And I know you needed me to say that because you were believing what I said, because Bill really doesn't talk to me. Now, let's get to the story that you're all waiting for. Yoga. Yes, I said yoga. And you're wondering, what the hell does that have to do with the Patriots? Well, a lot of players this day and age are actually doing yoga now. And a lot of you probably already know this. And now you can add Dante Hightower and Shaq Mason as 2 new members in the yoga club. They actually go to a studio where they crank up the temperature over 100 degrees. 100 degrees. I guess they're calling it hot yoga. H-O-T yoga. They both live in the Tennessee area and don't live far from each other, so I guess they go to the same studio and they travel the hot yoga circuit. This sounds so funny, the hot yoga circuit. So, anyone want to come and play hot yoga? Do some hot yoga? How do you explain it to somebody? Hey, what are you going to do today? I'm going to do some hot yoga. Yeah, you all know you want to try it. You know there are a bunch of cute girls in there. Come on. You know there are. If you want to do hot yoga, if you have any questions about hot yoga, send me a message. sportsperspective17@gmail.com. I'll get back to you. I don't know what I'll tell you, but I'll get back to you anyway. So we'll see. All right, now, Cobi Hamilton. Who the heck is that, right? Well, according to Ian Rappaport, he's a wide receiver the Patriots worked out again last Friday. And with stuff that's going on with the Patriots receiver core, they need receivers. They need receivers. So they worked him out. Mitchel's gone. So they need receivers. Still, I can't believe Mitchel's gone. I really like this kid. And I know I'm going on about this, but man. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The wide receiver is going to look a little bit different this year. Amendola's gone. Mitchel's gone. So we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. Now, a crazy story popped up recently that I found really odd. And it said that Tom Brady was offered a $1 million fine. No, this is nothing new. And this comes from the USA Today. It was the Deflategate suspension that he was offered the fine and not get the 4-game suspension. That's all he would get was a $1 million fine, but he had to admit to it. And I don't know why this story is going around again. It's old news. We all know he was offered something like this way back when. It was all speculated, of course, but we all knew he was offered something like this. Come on. They just wanted him to admit to it. Now, why would you admit to something you didn't do? Think about it. You go through all the trouble to fight. And at the end, you're going to say, all right, yeah, I did it. No, that's not going to happen. That's ridiculous. You're not going to take it to the Supreme Court and then be like, all right, you got me. I did it. That's stupid. And yeah, before anyone says, yeah, they'll Patriots cheat anyway. You know what? I don't care what you say. Quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and several others have admitted they mess with the footballs. They put them over the limit or under the limit, but yes, they play with the footballs. Not balls, footballs. They were all doing it. But the Patriots got caught, but whatever. Doesn't make it right, but, if you remember, the Patriots still won the Super Bowl that year, and they were being watched carefully. And how about Shannon Sharpe? Really, Shannon? Really? He says that Aaron Rodgers may not have as many Super Bowl rings, but he's far better than quarterback Tom Brady. Now, this is a debate that will go on forever, depending on what side you're on. Brady's got 5 Super Bowl rings. Rodgers got 1. 3 MVPs for Brady to 2 for Rodgers. Come on. And you look at Brady's first Super Bowl, he didn't have exactly a stud lineup. He had good players around him, but not great. Green Bay, they had Pro Bowlers Greg Jennings, Chad Clifton, Clay Matthews, Charles Woodson, Tremont Williams, and Nick Collins. 3 of those guys were all pros. Not too shabby. Now, look at the Patriots' first Super Bowl. They had Brady, a young Brady, by the way. Troy Brown, good player. Ty Law, very good player. And safety Lloyd Malloy, who was released, a year later? No All-Pros. It gives you an idea of what the Patriots were working with. Not that the Patriots were a horrible team. They were a good up-and-coming team. But I think they weren't. I don't think they were as established as Green Bay was. So in that respect, Brady's got more championships, more MVPs. In his first Super Bowl victory, he had less to work with. That's just my personal opinion. This is my opinion. Now, I think it says something about a player that you can make everyone around you better. You know, you have to players that can make other players better. That's a great player. Now, Shannon Sharpe also goes on to say, we have never seen a player with a touch and accuracy and the ability to throw the football on the move to the left or to the right, in the pocket, from different planes. He said Rodgers is the perfect quarterback of some of the best quarterbacks of all time. No doubt. You know, from that statement, if he wants to say he's the greatest passer, sure. But what do you think in football really has to be the greatest winner? The greatest winner of all time. Let's all remember, in football, you never do it alone. Football is the greatest sport in the world, in my opinion, because you have 22 guys on the field on your team. 11 on offense, 11 on defense. You have to work together. For the offense to score, all 11 guys have to be in sync. For the defense to stop the offense, they got to be in sync. You got to work together. Special teams also. And the Patriots proved that last year. The offense played great. The defense sucked in the Super Bowl. They lost. They paid for it because the defense sucked. They sucked at the worst possible moment. They sucked early in the year, and they lost. Bottom line, if you suck, you're not going to win. But Brady's the GOAT. No debate, really. Greatest of all time. But on that note, that's the show for today, everybody. If you are listening on Spreaker, like and subscribe. Apple Podcasts, please subscribe, rate, and review. And now you can follow me on YouTube. Just subscribe on YouTube, and you get the audio with a nice picture of my beautiful logo. And if you have any questions, comments, or just want to give your perspective on what was discussed, hit me up on Facebook, Roy Brady. Email sportsperspective17@gmail.com, Roy Brady Jr. And you all have a great week and good night.